Hi, Sana. It's Daphne here. Thank you so much for sending in your next essays and your lovely corrections. Well done working through those. That's great. They look really good. You asked me a question about this line here, the overall line. Now, it's interesting. For me, logically, I think it should go here after your introduction. And I know some of the other tutors think this, but it really doesn't matter. The most important thing is that it's there. You're not going to lose points or gain points, particularly on where you put this sentence. So run with whatever you feel happy with. It really doesn't matter. I would point out this is quite short. You've got 100 words here and you need at least 150. So you're going to need to find some more information or kind of rephrase some of it to make it longer. Your first line is absolutely fine. No problems there. The most popular subject is physical education with almost 30% of votes, because presumably they voted for it, or chosen by 30% of students, something like that. Followed closely by history at 22.4%. Okay, these two subjects represent almost 50% or almost 50% of the total, or something like that. So give me a bit more here. And then you can put for maths and physics, okay? Third and fourth in the rankings were. Now, you've got to have the past tense all the way through because it is 2017. So remember that your tense must match up with what year it was. So third and fourth, maths, sorry, I can't remember what I said before. Maths and physics. Maths was the preferred subject for 19.5% of students, with physics at a similar level, as you said, yes, led by, which was less than 1.4%. Yeah. But let's get some comparative language in here. Whereas physics was 1.4% lower at 19.5%, something like that. Again, you could say these two subjects together are still less than the next most popular subject, which was history. So this needs a line and this needs a line, just commenting on what you've just told me. Okay, so coming into the next ones, looking at the remaining subjects, biology, geography, and IT were the least favourite. Don't worry about that. It's the spelling of favourite. So in the UK, we want that. Okay. With yes, percentages of 7.1, yeah, respectively. Okay, nice use respectively there. That's absolutely fine. You could group biology and geography together and then put the least popular was IT, which would give you another way of giving you a bit more, padding it out a bit more. Geography and popular are broadly similar, at less than 10%. You don't have to give the exact amount. So if you go less than 10% or just over something, it's a variation. So just giving me a list of percentages is not very interesting. Try and find other ways to phrase the numbers. You've got half, quarter, tenth, those sort of figures you could use. That makes a big difference and it makes it easier to read and a bit more interesting. You could, so I'm saying you could put IT on its own. Finally, IT was, you know, the least popular, and then you've got another superlative in there, the least popular. So overall, the subjects of PE, history, maths, and physics were the most liked by German students. For were the least favourite. Okay, were the least likely. Well, with the least popular choices, something like that. It's a little bit light. You need to kind of get into something a bit more heavyweight. So go back to just not on the course actually, just on the website. There is a really good module. There's lots of modules actually on how to do these, and look at the examples of comparative language, which would be good. So your essay is really nice. Do the benefits outweigh the disadvantages? And well done, I can see you're using the algorithm, starting to use the algorithm, which is really nice. It's getting taking more shape. So well done, really well done. So online translation apps have widely grown in popularity since the advent of digital applications. Lovely. Although these apps are considered extremely beneficial by many users, some of their drawbacks in terms of language learning should not be underestimated. Fantastic, I completely agree, well done. This essay will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of these apps using examples from Google Translate and the Language Learning Institute. So capital letter in Muscat. Perfect intro, seriously nice, well done, really good, and great paraphrasing there. Okay, on the one hand, since their inception, excellent, because if you've Advent there, Inception, very nice. Language translation apps have been commonly used. Okay, good. Commonly, let's put widely used. This is because these apps, I don't know if there's another word for apps, I keep on thinking, is there another word? These tools are extremely convenient and fast. Okay, I think you should, so in your organization's paragraph, I think you should have your developing sentence here, okay, and your example a bit later. So, because you've got some great stuff in here, but I just think your order of it should come a bit later. So, why don't you go are not only extremely convenient and fast, but if I take out that's just my comment, fast, but put in this bit, okay, but there you'd have to say handiness, spelling, it just needs an I, okay, their handiness, that can go, has made them valuable in situations such as travelling abroad, where sometimes the understanding of meaning is an urgent need, okay, so for me, this is your topic sentence, great. This is your really nice development of the topic sentence, fab. Then you go into an example, Google Translate, great. And then you back up your example with the furthermore stuff, okay? That, for me, is a better paragraph structure and very nicely done, well done. So furthermore, elementary, yes, they lack the skill. Yes, absolutely. Hold merits for those with basic knowledge of a language. Good. Really, really nice. Do you see what we've done? And I hope you agree with that. So, on the other hand, although there's a case for online translation apps being handy and useful, okay, can we avoid saying these words again? Because they were great first time, but can we think of another alternative? They can negatively affect the learning process. That's so true. Firstly, using direct translation may distort the conveyed idea in a sentence. Yeah. Since, join this together. So, since, or due to the fact that, every time you join these things together, you're making a more complex sentence, which is going to get you more marks. Due to the fact that each language, so you'd have to come back into here, each language has its own, not that one, the other one, you don't need the apostrophe, yeah, its own grammatical structure. Yes, grammatical structure, sophistication, and subtlety. You could say subtlety. And one word may have different meaning according to the context, exactly. Good. So now, for example, the Language Learning Centre, when students avoided... Is it? Okay. Yeah. Okay. In language meaning, I don't know what you mean by in language meaning. The students' level improved. Okay, use the just past simple here. Because it's when, so it's happened in the past, and then just go improved. Secondly, translations apps cannot help users with abilities such as speaking, neither replace a true interaction with a teacher. Yes. Really good. Face-to-face speaking, or maybe conversation or speaking. Sorry. Yeah. Um, okay, that's really, really nice example. Very good. I absolutely agree. Obviously, to conclude, while online translation apps are convenient and handy, okay, let's not repeat that again. For new learners, they can greatly restrict learning potentials if one aims for advanced level in a language. Therefore, their drawbacks outweigh the benefits, and so learners should always reduce their use. Okay, really lovely. I'm very impressed by your argument. I really agree with your argument. I think you've uh, phrased it very elegantly. I think your essay is coherent. Apart from just a couple of things I've mentioned, it's the way you kind of make your argument and back it up is nice and clear. You're doing really, really well. Good complex sentences. Think about joining short sentences together, which will help improve the sort of coherence of it, maybe. And I like how you're using some good grammar and some good lexis, so good range of vocabulary in there. Just avoid repetition, that'd be the only thing. But really, really nice, Anna. Great stuff. Thank you.